Okay, and here we are at the top of page 3 for section 4.3. Again, we're focused on slope in this section. We're still in a set of problems that says find the slope of each line or state that it's undefined. So they're same as the problems that were before. They're giving us the graph, and we need to figure out what the slope is. What's different about these? Well, we're looking at a vertical line and a horizontal line. Now, hopefully, if you've been taking good notes, kind of paying attention, these should take you less than a second. When they ask you for the slope, if you see vertical, your slope is undefined. If you see horizontal, your slope is 0. So you should be able to go straight to the answer here. Slope is undefined. Slope is 0 for the horizontal, for number 20. However, for the benefit of those that are maybe skipping around in the video, or it hasn't quite sunk in yet, or now you're ready to kind of absorb this information, let's look at this from just the method that we're doing here. If we were to use, there's two ways to find slope. You can use the formula, m equals y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. Again, order doesn't matter in terms of whether you do first point minus second point or second point minus first point, as long as you line them up. So this right here, I have first point in both y and x minus the second point in both y and x. Or I can use a visual count off of rise over run as I move from point to point on the graph. Okay, so let's use the formula on number 22, and what we get is, I'm going to highlight a couple points here. I'm going to highlight the point -4, -3, and then up top here I've got -4, comma 2. Using the formula, let's go ahead and we'll just call this x1, y1. It doesn't matter which one is your first point, which one is your second point, as long as you're consistent putting it into the formula. So there's my x1, y1, and my x2, y2. Here's my formula, m equals y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. I'm going to put them in their spots here. And I've got y1 minus y2. I've got -3 in the first spot. y2 is +2. For my x's, oh, sorry, I switched the colors there. -3 and turquoise is 2. Sorry about that, in case it matters too. x1, -4, x2, -4. I'm just plugging in the pieces. I'll deal with the subtraction later. I just copied the subtraction as part of the formula, then I just copied every number, including its sign, into its position. So now I can do the math that goes along with that, and I get -3 minus 2 is going to be a -5 over -4 minus a -4 is going to be -4 plus 4, which is -5 over 0. They cancel each other out when you subtract two numbers that are the same. 5 minus 5 is 0, 4 minus 4 is 0, -4 minus -4 is going to be 0. It always has to work the same with numbers, whether they're positive or negative, okay? And division by 0 is undefined. So using the formula, I can come up with undefined because I end up with a 0 on the bottom, and that's dividing by 0, and that's undefined in mathematics. Or I can use rise over run. In other words, I identify 2 points on the graph, and I see how to travel from there. Okay, so I look at the up-down movement, and then I look at the right-left movement. So I'm going to start at one of the points, it doesn't matter which, and I'm going to travel to the ending point. Doesn't matter, you can pick any 2 points on this line. And I first look at my up or down, and there is no up or down movement. There is no up or down. So that's going to be a 0 on the top. And run, the 2 points I picked happen to be 2, 4, they happen to be 5 spaces apart, so I'm headed to the right 5. But in this case, it really doesn't matter because 0 divided by any number is just going to be 0. So my slope value is 0. My slope value of a vertical line is undefined. My slope value of a horizontal line is 0. You can either recreate it for yourself using rise over run or formula, or you can memorize and save yourself some valuable minutes. Vertical is falling. You're no longer skiing, you're falling. That's an undefined slope. Horizontal is still skiing, and it is, most people call it cross-country skiing, but it is still, you can still ski on that. It just has a very flat slope of 0. Okay. We'll do some try problems in the next video at the bottom page. Good job!